Hello everybody, we're sitting in the boat. We're trying to fix the SeaLegs. They will go up but not down. And I've done a bunch of research, so let's take a look at what's going on. Okay, so when I try to go, the rears go up, it works. When the rears go down, it doesn't work. When the front goes up, it works. When the front goes down, it doesn't work. So that means that it feels like the engine is in pretty good shape, unless it's having trouble going backwards. Because this is a reversible engine, and these two lugs here can either be positive negative or negative positive. So the suspicion in this situation is this unit right here. This is a relay that goes back and forth to flip the positive and the minus. The rest of it's a bunch of sensors and stuff. So if you run this thing with low voltage, this relay right here, which is my spare part, it's a Trombetta 214-1231 A61 Trombetta, and I believe that's the same. We're going to look at the one that comes out to make sure I got the right part. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly but surely take this guy out. So let's do an inventory of the wires. So on the top, we have ground and we have a black. There is a spade connector into it. I guess I could take them off. There's a spade connector orange on this side and a spade connector green on that side. Those, I think, are the up and the down. We're not going to change that. We got a hot coming in. That's hot, probably going to the control system. That's hot, and that's probably hot. It's probably switching between the hot to one and the ground to another. And so the hot switches back and forth, and then the ground also switches back and forth. So we're going to take out this orange one, this green one, this black one, this red one, and I think literally that is the only wires we have on the Trombetta. So let's get to doing that. We're going to turn the disconnect completely from all the batteries. So these little nuts feel like a one half. All right. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie each of these things together so I don't let the little wires separate from the big wire. So this is my little zip tie trick, so that if there is two wires going onto the same lug and I take them off, I zip tie them together so as I'm moving around, they don't lose track of each other. So now we got the hot off, and I zip tied the two things that go onto that center bolt. Now we're going to just whip these guys off. They're kind of obvious. They go straight down to the motor, so we'll get those off. Okay, so now we got all the big wires off, and we're going to take the green off the left and then the orange off the right. There are two 4mm hex heads that we have got to take off, and I think this little solenoid is just going to come off in our hands. So I was right. The Trombetta just came off in my hands, and the part that I'm taking off is a 214-1231 A6106. And the one I want to put on is a 214-1231 A61 with no 06. We're going to see what the difference is. Look at the specs. So before we put this all back together, let's take a look. That's just a beautiful piece of machined aluminum with two threaded holes. There's no liquid here. There's no nothing here. All the liquid is managed inside of this unit here. This is just a place to attach this electronic gadget. So we're in good shape. Let's put her back on. So we got green spade and orange spade back on the left, and now it's time to put on the top and the bottom. I could check the video, but this says GND on it, so that means that the black wire goes on top. And this is where my little trick of tying everything together with zip ties is going to pay off, because now I'm going to snip that zip tie and put them on and be done with it, and be very confident that I didn't mess it up. So now we have the small red wire connected and the big red wire connected to the positive. We got our two motor connectors, we got our top connector, we got our green and our orange on the left and right. I say it's time to see what happens by turning the power back on. Click, click. Oh, give it Give it all you got. Okay, so then we come back here and we see that things are the way they were before. I don't even know what this red light is. I should probably look that up before I even started. That might be my whole problem. I wonder if I just hit it on the side, if that'll fix the red light. I don't know if that red light is good. It sure looks like a warning. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe I have this all figured out wrong. So let's see what happens. If I can get the fronts to go down, we are winners. And I can't. Wait! The fronts are going down. Look, the fronts are going down. Well, the fronts are going down. I thought we failed. Let's see if the backs go down. The backs go down. Fronts go up. Fronts go down. Fronts go up. Fronts go down. Well, dang! Folks, against all odds, it seems as though I have fixed my SeaLegs. Literally, against all odds. I'm not an expert in this, so I'm going to test all my connections, make sure I like everything the way it is, and see if I can't take this little boat for a spin. Cheers. So I was sure I was successful, but it seems as though I still only have up and not down. But the good news is there's two little wires, I'll show you in a bit, that you can swap to make the down be up and the up be down. So that suggests the everything is working except maybe the controller unit or the wiring. So there's some things to diagnose still. So this left side is the down, because now I'm going to press the up and it still works. So I'm plug the down back in and press the down, and I get a click, but no motor trying to do anything. Down, 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 no motor trying to do anything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the green off the down and the orange off the up, and we're going to put the orange on the down, and now we're going to press the up button and the boat goes down. So I can get the boat up and down by simply putting the orange lead wherever I want it to be. So the orange lead is back on up right now, so the front will go up, and it does. So something's confused in here. I've checked everything. I've checked the voltage at these 2 points, and it gets 12 volts when the time comes. And I did just replace this little contactor guy, and so color me confused, but at least my boat can go up and down because I figured out the wiring. So hello everybody, we're back for another day of testing. Just to review, I'll show you what we got and what we're going to wonder about. So we got this green that activates the down, and the orange that activates the up, and the up works. The down can work. If we move the up to the down, then I can hit the up button and it goes down. So that's how I go boating right now. But what I'm most interested now is this relay. Yeah, there you go. Because there's something that interrupts the down circuit, which is this relay, and then there's this is a warning, and then the thing that I think interrupts the down circuit is the pressure sensor. So that comes out here, and it's a way to keep the pressure from getting too high, and then it can shut things off and sound an alarm. So there's a time when you push the button and you're lifting the things up, and the pressure goes beep and it stops. But it doesn't do that when you're going up. The up is just this orange guy, unless somehow the neutral gets interrupted by the pressure switch. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a little bit with the pressure switch. I don't know if this pressure switch closes on high or open on high, but let's kind of figure that out. So I got my multimeter on continuity. But that means that this pressure switch is currently open because it's not beeping. So I'm not doing anything right now. So one of the tests is to disconnect the pressure switch and then try something, try to see what goes on. So we're connected normally, so let's just see if our down works with the pressure switch off. doesn't. It doesn't. So that's, oh wait, okay, yeah, that would make a difference. We gotta give ourselves some electricity. By the way, I figured out what this was. That's just a power indicator. It's got a really scary looking symbol on it, but it's just a power indicator. The SeaLegs boat, SeaLegs video never told me that, but another guy from a marina was talking about that. That's just power. So I've got the pressure sensor off. Let's just try. So now we get clicking, and neither rear nor front will go down. And so that, I don't know what that means. I got to think about that. So we're going to make a little replacement for the pressure switch, and we're going to even heat shrink it. Why? Because we have heat shrink, so we're going to heat shrink it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to make a few little jumpers when you got a full shop set up to build race cars. So yeah, race car shop is kind of convenient at times. So we tested the pressure switch, and it's open right now. You see an open circuit. So we're going to try to bypass it by just shorting it and see what happens. Okay, so we now have the circuit that is the pressure sensor closed to see how that does anything. We don't know if it's a bad pressure sensor or there can be a bubble in here. And so we're going to play with both of those things eventually. But the question is the open circuit at the pressure sensor the reason that my legs won't go down? So let's go hit the down button, see what happens. Whoa. So that means that it feels like the pressure is closed now because it's sounding the alarm. So that suggests that the pressure switch is normally open, and when pressure gets too high, it closes, and then that breaks the circuit, right? It breaks the circuit at this relay and sounds the alarm. Sounds the alarm, sounds the alarm. So now we have simulated high pressure, but that's not what we want. We want low pressure so we can actually operate the legs. So let's keep going. So now we are turning our attention to this relay. Now I have a new one of these, but it went to my other address, and so I'm going to have to play with this relay. This relay is what interrupts the up-down when the pressure's too high. And so, but now we know that the pressure's not too high, so I'm really suspicious of this little relay right now, given that only the down is being interrupted, and the only thing that seems to be affected by this is that green down. It does not seem as though the orange is affected by this relay. And so, boy, we're really suspicious of this. But I'll take this apart, we'll talk about it, and then I'll talk about overriding it. So this is our relay, and basically it's a single pole double throw relay. I actually think the sensor is in these two horizontal large ones, and the single pole double throw is in the top. So what I have built is a thing to fake the relay out. Here we are. And so I'm going to be playing with some of the entries in that relay in the block. We're going to try to basically pretend the relay is doing what it's supposed to do by basically shorting these things. I'll show you once I plug it in what my hypothesis is. So you can see that the width of my little relay replacer is too wide. So we got to go and again be glad that we have the kind of tools that you have in the auto shop. Okay, so I went and I made them the right size, and I've shorted between on the back here. What you can see is, I've shorted from the black to the green. I'm guessing that black comes from the, it's just the plus coming from the up, the down, and then the green is the feedback to the switch. So I'm just gonna short the hot to the green, and I'm gonna guess it's gonna go down. And then we can figure out the rest of the wiring. This is supposed to be a single pole double throw, and I'm now very suspicious that this little relay has just gotten fried. And I got 3 of these. They're at my other house. You can buy them off Amazon. So link will be in the description below. Okay, so now I got my short here. So if I'm all lucky, the downs are gonna just work. No, so I got that wrong. My estimate is wrong. Okay, so I gotta think some more about this. And the green plug is currently ground. Now the green plug is currently ground because it's grounding through that thing. And so we got to figure out which goes hot when I press the down button. So I can't really show it to you because I don't have enough hands. But the thing that goes hot when I push the down button is the white. Who'd have thought that the white coming from the control unit is the down indicator? So now I know where to short. Okay, so now I got my short in. And my short is, come back here. Guess I need a different hand here. The short is from the white to the green, because the green goes to the Trombetta. So I've shorted from the white to green, and now if all goes well, I'm going to push those down buttons again, and it's working. So I'll figure all this out and get back with you. So I've run a good solid test of down and up with the white shorted to the green in the relay block. So that puts suspicion squarely on this little relay guy. So I have a new relay. It's not with me though. It's at my other house. So I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow to put the relay in, but I think I can go boating with the green and the white shorted. So white is the hot coming out for the down indicator. I sure wish I had a wiring diagram from this thing from SeaLegs, but I'm driving it. Luckily, you know, there's just not that many wires so I can drive it. Hello everybody, day 3. It is time to install the relay and see if we can create a permanent fix to this thing. So we have the bad relay marked. We have the good relay from Amazon. We have we yesterday drove the boat around with relay shorted. I have done some research on the wiring. This is the data sheet for the relay. And so here's the wiring. Here's the wiring that we've got. This is I drive the wiring. And so basically the power, when we push the down button, comes in here in that bottom one. By default, it goes out the center one, which is going to the Trombetta and actually, you know, running the motor. But then the pressure, which is by default, it is open when it's low pressure and closed when it's high pressure. The pressure activates the relay, this is ground, and then toggles this little thing. So instead of running the motor, it switches and runs the buzzer. So we'll see how that all kind of happens, right? It just switches the power from the motor to the buzzer when the pressure gets too high. So now we're going to remove my thing, my hack, and put the new relay in. The new relay is in, the battery's on, so now you're going to see live whether or not the new relay fixes it. Will the down work? Will the back down work? Yup. Up continues to work, down continues to work. Later we'll test the limit switch, but I'm sure that's fine. So I want to thank Nate from SeaLegs. I watched lots and lots of his videos, and that's how I got as far as I did and could narrow it down to the relay. I do think that Nate, and I left a comment on his YouTube video to this effect, should do one more video, and that is the video about the relay being bad. So I'm going to do what I think is the right video for the relay being bad, and to do that, I have reinstalled the bad relay. Okay? So now you see the bad relay is reinstalled. And, and so now you're going to hear a click. You hear the click when I go down? Both are clicking. And here's the problem. The problem is that you think, because this Trombetta relay is right here, right, that has to be the clicking, but it's not. And you've seen me test it where I swap this orange wire and the green wire and press the up button. Let's do it anyways. So you press the green wire and orange wire and then press the up button and it goes down, right? And that's because this orange wire is not running through the bad relay. And so it's just simple. You put 12 volts on the downside. You put 12 volts on this downside, and it's going to go down as long as your Trombetta is good. So I replaced this Trombetta, but it was not bad. So the key thing is you think that the clicking is happening here, but it's not. The clicking is happening around the back, and this is where the two solenoids that affect the valves, right? And so what's happening is when you ask for down, now I reset the green and the orange. When you ask for down, the clicking is coming from back here, and it's a very soft click. Let me get really in on that rear part. There you go, buddy. That is the valving clicking. So maybe you hear it a little better because that's what's clicking. Up and down. It's clicking one way and the other way, and that's what those valves are. So that's how you diagnose it if it's working. The other thing you would diagnose is you would pull off the pressure and make sure that's an open circuit under low pressure. And it's going to be under low pressure as long as the pump is not running. So you want to make sure that's an open circuit. And that's about it. And then that really aims the problem at this resistor. I mean, at this relay. And Nate, I'm going to guess that I bought these 2 years ago, and I'm going to guess that these little guys right here, because they got a resistor in them. Where did I put my... they got a resistor in them, Nate, and that resistor probably burns up because it's probably too small of a resistor for the purpose. So you're going to have people all summer long with their SeaLegs are going to go up and not go down, and all they need is this couple dollar part. And it's so easily, the way you've designed it is so beautiful, it's trivial to replace it, okay? And so I think, Nate, if you make one more video and show us how to diagnose a bad relay and how to replace a bad relay, you will save a lot of people's from waiting weeks for a SeaLegs service person to come out. Cheers.